How's life?
It's great. Yeah.
Let's get this mic over. So
There we go. Sorry, I didn't even notice it here.
That's okay. Yeah, now you're golden. Yeah. Yeah. So what's new? What are you up to?
Newest thing is I took a boxing fight. So
Yes.
yeah.
So I'll backtrack.
Okay. Yeah.
You're a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, professional fighter, kick-ass warrior girl.
Stop.
How long have you been doing that for? And what got you into it?
I'm just over 15 years now, probably pushing 17 years total for fighting. Yeah. So I started in boxing.
Professionally?
No, I was amateur for probably 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and what got me into it was I was kind of an athlete all through high school, all through school period, just kind of good at everything, just average, I guess, whatever.
Don't be modest. Don't be saying you're average.
Just kind of good. Hey, man, it is a fear, but
sure,
come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then when I was kind of winding down college, I was like, well, what the hell else am I going to do now?
What did you take in college?
Police.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not a police officer, but I'm a security guard, and I love it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just what got you in the gym. Because it's always interesting how do people kind of get into, because it's not only a physical thing, it was a mental thing, right? Mm-hmm. And so what got you kicking in there?
I just figured that was something I could do on my own, and I wrestled in high school, and I did karate growing up as a kid. That was kind of my first kind of sport that I was dedicated to. And then I was like, okay, well maybe I'll try this boxing thing. So that's what I did, and just took off from there.
And how soon after were you in the ring actually competing?
I don't know. I don't think it was. I can't remember when my first amateur fight was. How long after? But probably 6-ish months. I think.
Which is nice, right?
Yeah.
If you get excited behind something, then you can actually apply it and put it into action, right?
It feels like a freaking lifetime ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. Eh?
Well,
15 years ago.
More than that. So 7, probably 15, 16, 17 years, something like that. And I was like 20-ish. I'm 36 now.
The face isn't even beat up. It's still looking fresh and young.
Thanks.
That's good for 15, 17 years.
What about the nose?
That's all right. We all got a little something. Right?
I still got my teeth, so that's good.
I was gonna say not beat teeth. Up. Yeah, you don't look too concussed. You can put a conversation together. So that's half the battle, right?
Yeah.
So then after that, it was a transition from you. How many boxing fights did you have?
I had. I'm not sure how many. I think maybe 12 to 15 amateur. Somewhere around there, and then I've had 17 pro fights boxing, and then near the end of my career, I was kind of I feel like I kind of did the rounds. I was fighting people multiple times, and I fought the best in the world for sure. Where
did you travel to?
The furthest was probably
like where the
China, Australia, and just all around the States, but no, not tournaments. It was like, you sign a contract, you just like how I do with MMA. Yeah, you show up.
More money in these places.
Yeah.
The Chinese
more money in boxing.
Throwing yin at you or what?
No, nothing crazy.
It's just offend every Chinese person. Yen.
Back it up. No, it's funny though, because if you were in the same spot, if I was a dude in boxing. Like I was fighting for WBC titles, you know what I mean? So if you were a dude in the same spot, mind you, this was like 10 years ago now, right? 10 years ago, you'd be making shit ton of money. But I wasn't, but that, whatever. It's not, I don't do this shit for money, clearly. But so.
Do it for the love.
Yeah.
And then after that, did you start getting into MMA like once like the female kind of revolution started when people were like, okay, like now you can actually see female fighters fighting? Because that was what the first thing I kind of remember was back in like Strike Force days, or might have been even like Elite XC. They had like the Gina Carano's, and
probably like 7-8 years ago is when it really popped off, I guess.
Yeah, is that when you
that's when I was trying to make the transition. Yeah, so I was training for a couple years before I actually got a fight, because it was really hard to get a fight at first. So it's kind of a gradual transition from boxing to MMA and bouncing around, and couldn't find a fight. And then I went and tried out for, totally out of my weight class, but I went and tried out for Ultimate Fighter.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's your weight?
Well, I fight at 115. I was 125 fighting in boxing. I was fighting around 125, and then I went for the 135 because that's all they had at UFC at first, right? It was the 135. So I went and tried out for that. Well, I just was walking in because they want to weigh you when you get there. So I walk in with a coffee, whatever, just had breakfast, cool. Yeah. Not that they care, but yeah, so tried out for that I did like a jujitsu crash course before I left. Like I said, I had wrestling, I had obviously my stand up, some kickboxing because I was making the transition, but yeah, just showed up and made it to the interviews and stuff. But
so what's that process like?
I think they already know who they're kind of gonna pick until maybe they'll pick another couple randoms or whatever, but I think they kind of know who's out there and who they're gonna pick. But even at this time, if you Googled somebody, there wasn't as much out there on the internet, right? So I actually lied to get because at the time you had to have an MMA fight to get an audition.
Do you remember that like tall black guy that was on Ultimate Fighter with like no MMA, the really tall guy that had his legs smashed in the UFC? Corey something, I think. But either way, he had no MMA experience.
Okay.
On Ultimate Fighter. It might have been early, couple seasons in.
Okay.
But yeah. You think that'd be a prerequisite.
Right. Yeah, and I get it. But that for this time I was training for probably a year and a half or so in MMA trying to get a fight. So I had to lie to the producer. He's like, I can't find you on Google. I can't see that you're MMA. I've made up I can't remember, but I made up some place I fought and for MMA. I said, yeah, I fought this person. I don't know, just made up some random shit. And then I'm like, okay, finally at the end, I'm like, okay, I'm lying. Okay, listen, I have these world titles. I'm a boxer. This is a story, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, fine. He's like, let me just go check with the guys, make sure it's okay. And you can try out. Anyway.
If anything, that's more respect.
Yeah. I just came clean to him. Like, I'm lying. Okay, I'm lying. just let me try out.
That's amazing.
So I think they felt sorry for me. Let me try out. And it was great. Yeah. Like Dana White was there. And
yeah. Well, Dana kind of loves that stuff, right? Like, he live for people that just want to scrap.
Yeah.
They'll jump in fights. Like, hey, like, let me go. Let me bang. Let me do this, right? So.
Yeah. So that was cool. But, yeah, obviously I didn't, everything for a reason. I didn't make it. And that, as soon as I came back, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get to work. And that's when I started at Justin Bruckman Martial Arts, and kind of just took off from there and was with him for a while. And then I ended up getting a fight finally. And then I actually went and tried out for Ultimate Fighter again when they did the 115 tryouts. And then I made it right to the end. And they're like, okay, we'll let you know in a couple of weeks. And I went home and I was waiting. And then, it was down to the last couple and I got cut. But again, everything for a reason, man. I'm happy with the way things are, and who knows where
that's all you can ask for.
Popped off then. Yeah.
At the end of the day, like if you're happy and content with how things are going for you, like there's different avenues to get where you got to go, right?
Yeah.
And how was your first MMA fight? What was the mindset going into it at that point? You get the wrestling, because wrestling's massive, right? You had the wrestling background and your boxing background, so like.
Yeah. I was just so eager to get in there and get my career started, and it was in Calgary, with Hard Knocks, and so it was good. Yeah, good production, good first fight, and good opponent, which was great. And I ended up winning the decision on that one, and just took off.
Outclassed her.
No, it was a good brawl. It was a good brawl. Yeah.
Justin Gaethje style?
No, it was. I don't. Actually, we still talk now. We actually were at Ultimate Fighter tryouts together after. Nice. That's just the way it is with girls, man. I feel like it's different with girls.
Sure.
Because I feel like you're always trying to.
It's
helping each other. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess you could say that, but it's like, man, everyone's grinding. Everyone's trying to get out there, and I guess it's better now. It's more out there. There's a lot of women fighters, and they're amazing. But I don't know. I just feel like it's more. I've never had any beef. I've never had any.
You're super chill, right?
Yeah, but
you don't mean mug people, and like you're not.
No.
That's a big part.
I think I'm just more grateful. I'm like, thank you. You showed up. You showed up to fight me. That's awesome. You're my favorite. That's just how I feel about it, I guess. Yeah. But Yeah, I've never had any beef or anything.
But it's so easy to find beef, right? You see people out there, like, it's, if you're looking for a fight, you're gonna find a fight.
Yeah.
You know, like, like, people have no. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Is, again, like, I'm not a fighter, right? I've wrestled in university, done a little bit of this, a little bit of that, right? And I can handle myself in a natural setting, right? You know, it depends what the level is, but for the most part, I'm not gonna like go around picking fights, but I'm not gonna be like super intimidated, right?
Yeah.
But the crazy part is, the more you start seeing you're around this world, you know, there's like legit killers out there.
Yeah.
You know, like, these guys can fuck you up,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And you see people with no combat experience whatsoever, never gone and stepped into a gym, and they get into fights outside.
I know.
And bars and stuff.
I know.
And you're like, and the confidence that they have too. That's the weird part.
I know.
And it's like, I got friends have got into little scraps. I'm like, whoa, that's a bold move, sir.
Yeah.
But you just don't know. You just don't know.
You don't, yes. Yeah. Especially nowadays, you don't know, man. You don't know, and people are deceiving.
Yeah. You know? Well, even like when we're at the quintet, right? You're looking around a room, and you're like, everybody here knows some shit, right? To whatever level, but everybody here can basically fuck most people up.
Yeah.
And it's pretty wild, right? Because you look around, you're like, okay, like, that guy doesn't look like anything. Even some of the black belts and the brown belts, like, there's normal looking guys, right? I think in the one black belt, wasn't the one guy a doctor?
I don't know, actually.
Okay, that's what my buddy was saying. But even that, like, you know, like, doctor, black belt, guy's a assassin.
Yeah, and meanwhile, probably the nicest people in that room, right? The nicest, most chill. Yeah,
that's the thing. Well, there's that mutual kind of respect, right? Like, everyone's going for a purpose, and they're working on bettering themselves, and they're just, you know, appreciating the grind, right? Like, they're not looking for trouble, right? Really, they have nothing to prove, and I think that's where it comes from, right? A lot of time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You see either like a weakness, like people that would go on and troll someone on like social media. Like, oh yeah, you think you're cool or something. It's like, if you have the time to go onto someone's social media, watch someone's video or see someone's picture, and then comment and talk shit. Yeah. That says way more about.
I know, and I get the build up and the drama of you know, build up for a fight.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But even not even fighting, like random people, right? Random, just like like people are just trolling on people. You know, and you see that, and you're kind of like, it shows a weakness, right? Where people that are just confident in themselves, they don't need to talk shit, they don't just go on with their lives. Yeah. Internally make shit happen, right? So. Yeah. So then after you had the first fight, what was the transition? Were you?
It kind of just took off from there. I went and did a reality show in Tokyo after that. Okay. So I was
What was that?
I was in Japan for a couple weeks. They were doing this. It's called Fight Exchange.
Okay.
I think you can still find it online and stuff, but it was pretty much the concept was, we go over there, we train, we fight, and then we train with the dudes from Japan.
Okay.
And then they come over to us, and we train with them, and then they fight over here. So that's how it went.
So you got to fight in Tokyo at that point.
Yeah, with Pancrase, which is
fucking
awesome. Yeah.
How was that experience?
Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool being over there, and I don't know. I didn't love the camera on my face and stuff. I kind of decided that at that time, but whatever, it was what it was. And
were you doing just like interviews and stuff, or was it where they just kind of doing like a behind the
scenes?
They're
following you around. You're at the house. It's kind of.
It's like an Ultimate Fighter.
Kind of, yeah, but
just with like the competition and like the tournament.
Yeah. Okay. So you just have the one fight, So they just watch you train and kind of,
That's pretty dope, though.
It was good. Oh my god, experience of a lifetime for sure. And so I ended up winning that fight. And then that got the ball rolling for sure. Yeah.
And that's when you're kind of like, at that point, have you like fallen in love with them, eh?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I just figured this boxing fight came up, and it's local. It's in Oshawa, which I've lived there since college.
Yeah.
Not anymore, but man, fight local, and I feel like I'm kind of like, the twilight of my prime, I guess you could say. I guess, I'm being realistic, but just trying to do shit that I want to do.
Yeah.
Whatever. Pick and choose, and
which is good, right? Like, again, if you're enjoying those competitions and like challenging yourself, like, why not, right? Like, and that's the cool part. You just don't know where life's going to take you 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Like, you could be doing something totally different that you had no clue or even like interest in right now. Yeah.
You don't plan on, for sure, the shit you don't plan on, and then you look back, you're like, no idea that was going to happen, and
So did this just come up, or did you kind of go looking for it?
No, I didn't go looking for it. No, just
Someone's
got
like, hey,
just got a call.
Garbs,
the promoter that's
go.
putting it on knew I was from Oshawa.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I'm not from Oshawa. I grew up, born and raised Niagara Falls, and then
might get a call like 50 years old.
Garbs
girls from
hey,
Oshawa.
I'm in. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it should be good. So that April 6th. So I got gonna get ready for that.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it too because the team Parabellum that I'm with now, and Justin Bruckmans, I wasn't with them obviously for the boxing game, right? So I'm really looking forward to having that team with me for this one, you know? Yeah.
Be kind of cool just to kind of see what elements and ideas they kind of give you to.
Yeah, because I've learned so much since I've been in the MMA game, with Parabellum, with Justin. Yeah, it's just I feel like it's totally different from my whole boxing career.
Well, what was the difference? Just
honestly, I feel like it's more of a team.
Okay, like a community type thing.
I've never felt more of a team, even though it's an individual sport. I've never felt more of a team, and I've played all team. You name a team sport, I've played it. You know, at high levels, like travel hockey, like whatever. I've played everything, and I just feel like there's such a team atmosphere. Everybody helps each other get ready for shit, and even if you don't have something, you're helping somebody else.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was more of a just so different when I was boxing. Yeah.
Just kind of solo.
Yeah, a lot of just felt solo, and I'm not bashing it. I didn't know any different then, and I don't whatever. I learned a lot. I wouldn't change a thing. I could look back and say, oh shit, I wish I did MMA earlier or whatever. I wish I'd gotten to jiu-jitsu earlier, but I don't know.
You hear people say that too, right? They're like, yeah, if I just started like earlier, I could be like this good right now. It's like, man, like you are where you're at right now, right? If you're 25, 29, if you're 45, getting jiu-jitsu, it's like shit, man.
Yeah.
Rather than being 46, no jiu-jitsu. You know, like it just it's a way to look at it, right? It's all perspective, right? And you can be doing this sport until you're 60, 70,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
And going in there and flowing and moving, right? So
I wouldn't change a thing. I've had my heart broken so many times in boxing, and I've lost huge fights that would have probably kept me in boxing, so that's kind of got me.
What was the feeling when you lost that? Like, what were you going through at that point? Just like this,
just like what?
Is it too much? Is it because like there's like a loss affects you a lot more in boxing in terms of record wise for opportunities? Do you see that? Right?
I don't know about that because my record is pretty.
Don't you see a lot in boxing now?
Like in boxing, it's pretty not good. But again, I didn't say no to fights.
Yeah.
And I fought the best in the world, so whatever.
But don't you see that a lot in MMA now?
Yeah.
Or like.
Yep. Yeah.
The most known boxers, like they're given kind of like these big fights to get their records kind of spiked.
For sure, and that depends who you're with too, and the promotions you're with, and who you have kind of guiding you through, right? And I don't know, maybe I could have done it differently, but we kind of just the team I was with then did what we did and took the fights. I never said no. I don't say no now, but at least I have the voice in my ear now, just like kind of guided me, right? But it all got me to where I am now. So
did you have a specific goal going into it, as in because you're saying like you just kind of like fight up, okay, cool, I'll go bang, or was it like
for boxing?
Yeah, or was it just like the goal of trying to become like a world champion like you did, or
I guess when I started out, it was when I started out, I was just like, this is cool, I want to compete. I still wanted to compete. That was the bottom line. And I think anybody in sports knows that, when you see the end, it's like, well, shit, like what am I going to do? And that was how I was at that time. And, I'm going to be facing that now, sometime in the next near future, I'm sure. And that's scary. It's scary, but I think where I'm at now, in my life, that I'm kind of like, I'm not okay with it because I feel like I'm riding it out. I don't want it to end, but I think I do have a fear of of identity almost, you know, like I feel like that was my identity for the last 16, 17 years. So fear of being average, that's fear of my identity, I guess. So I want to be.
It was like fear of losing that thing that makes you above average. Like people know Lindsay as,
I guess, right?
Fighter, boxer, you know, like.
Yeah. It's scary, but I feel like I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Maybe I lied to myself, but
no, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like you there might be that period, a month or a couple months where you just feel a little bit lost.
Yeah.
You're just working. You're like, you're gonna have an itch to do something, right?
Yeah. And everyone knows me as that fighter chick, right? Yeah. Fighter chick, but I don't want that. I kind of don't want that, you know. Just recently in the last, you know, year or so, my life's changed a lot, and it's like, you know what? I don't want to be known that. This past year has been the most craziest of my life. My mom died last year. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, that's okay. And I just really had to kind of dig deep, work through some shit, and I guess I know you hear people say it, and I guess I never knew it, but you know, you have things happen in your life that you kind of like not find yourself. Because I think that's kind of lame. It's like, oh yeah, I went away and I went to find myself. Did you find, where were you?
I found it in Thailand. Hey, man, I went to Thailand. Going away sometimes, it takes you away from an environment. Like I know it sounds corny, like I shut down my business. In September of 2016 or something like that, right?
Okay.
And then a week later, I'm like, I'm booking a flight to Thailand.
Yeah.
And went away because like at that point, I've lost my identity of like, okay, man.
Okay.
Everyone knew I was going to Vancouver to open up my business.
Yeah.
Did it for 2-3 months. Okay, it didn't work out. We shut it down. And all of a sudden, it's like, what now? You know, I'm in that limbo of like, I don't know what avenue to go. So I went away and just to chill, or not to really find myself, but just to kind of hang out, travel a bit.
Yeah.
But you do find yourself, as corny as it sounds, when you're there, in terms of like, because you have so much time to think.
Yeah.
And you see different perspectives, and you have conversations that you wouldn't necessarily have. And you put yourself out there, and then it just organically kind of happens where you start thinking about life in a different manner, and perspective shifts.
Yeah.
And it's funny how
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I guess I did that on a lower scale. So
and you can do that right here in Burlington, right here. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's exactly 100%. What I did in Niagara Falls. So what happened was, as soon as my mom died, I took my bereavement, and then I jumped right back, and I went right back to work. I just wanted to like just get on with my life, get back to training. But then my sister, she was going overseas. She's a very talented actress and singer, and cool. I call her the biggest waste of Canadian talent because she.
I don't know if that's a compliment or.
It is because she loves just kind of doing these, like, she'll just be singing with a cover band overseas and whatever. She has an awesome life, and she comes and goes and does her thing. So anyway, she was when I went back to work, my mom took care of my grandma. So when I went back to work, it was kind of my little sister's she was the go-to for my grandma. And obviously I'm back and forth all the time to Niagara, but I was stressed out about it because she was going away overseas. So I was like, you know what? I got to get my shit sorted. I'm living in Oshawa, trying to commute to Niagara and working full time and trying to train. So I was like, fuck this. I took an unpaid leave for 2 months, which was scary because I wasn't getting paid. And I'm just going to chill in Niagara. I'm going to train at Parabellum, and I'm just going to take my time, man. And it worked out good at that time because like I almost didn't realize the grieving process. And I thought I was good. And then the longer it went, it was almost like a PTSD, like shit that didn't bother me the whole time that she was dying. She was in palliative care for 3 months, and we handled it so well. Like we joked about it. She honestly joked about her death. It was the bravest shit I've ever experienced and witnessed, and I don't think that I'll ever witness anything else that fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Hard like mom grubs. So I took the 2 months off work because I just want to hang out with my grandma and during that time, I guess I had no internet at the house, no TV. I set some goals, and it worked out good because I was actually training for the fight I had in November. So I had September, October off, and I just trained, got ready for that, hung out with my grandma, and smashed some goals, man. And I totally was outside of my comfort zone, and I think it really helped me with the grieving process. Yeah.
What kind of goals did you have?
This is I no, not actually not many people know this. I've only shared it with a couple people, and I'm coming out here. But I wanted to set some goals other than physical goals because I'm going to the gym a couple times a day no matter what, and that's not hard for me.
It's not like go harder.
Yeah, like what? Okay,
get a better sweat,
right? So I'm just like, okay, I want to make some use of this time. What can I do? So, one of the biggest goals that I'm really happy I accomplished was either play. I used to play trumpet growing up. My grandpa taught me. So it's like play trumpet an hour a day, or write an hour a day. And I didn't play trumpet at all for 2 months. I wrote every day for an hour a day.
Very cool.
Sometimes I would just sit I had a little station set up, and I would just sit there and stare, but I wouldn't leave. And I'd say, okay, I'm going to do this. Even if I only write whatever, a fucking sentence. And sometimes it would only be a sentence. Sometimes I would just go off. And my main goal was I heard it was a thing, to, when you're grieving, to write about everything that's kind of like you're feeling. And my mom was, you say, oh, your mom died, and like that's fucking sad. You hear people say that, but it's like, she wasn't just my mom, she was like my best friend,
of course,
the love of my life for, my whole life, the love of my life. So I would actually dodge it. So I wanted to write about my mom. I don't want to forget anything. I wanted to write about all that shit that was fucked up. Those 3 months that she was in palliative care that I handled so well, that was hitting me so hard then. I was like, this is fucked up. Like I didn't realize, I guess that was my first experience of PTSD. I know it's a different form of, you hear like, fuck, I have dudes that have gone overseas and they have PTSD, and that's legit and it's different. I get it, but this is, I guess, just a different form. So I was dealing with that. And so I would dodge writing about my mom. I would start writing shit, and then I'd just sit there and cry. And then, okay, I'll go write about something else, whatever I was thinking about, or whatever, right? And just go back and forth, or just sit there. And after 2 months, I wrote a lot of little, little shit that I came to conclusions that I maybe wouldn't have came to if I was still at work, if I was still, just burying my thoughts and shit. And fuck, I sold my house in Oshawa. I was like, why am I doing this? I bought this big 3-bedroom house on a corner lot in an old people's neighborhood. Because I was just stuck in that kind of like, I guess, American dream mindset. I was just like, oh yeah, I need this. Like, I want to be accomplished. This is what I need. But it's like, that's not me, man. I barely live there. I was living in Niagara all the time. It's like, I don't need this. Before that, I had,
which is really good self-awareness to have.
You know what? It is. And I couldn't believe the shit. I was like, I've never actually, I was realizing that I wasn't really honest with myself about stuff. So I was really becoming aware, like you said, of just don't lie to yourself.
I think a lot of people find themselves either doing things or making decisions based on external, rather than like the internal. Like, what's actually going to really make me happy and content? Like, what do I need compared to what I want? Like, what am I trying to prove by doing this? And it's almost like the old saying, like, know thyself.
Yeah.
Like, are you just chasing things that you think are going to bring you happiness? But it's just like a cycle of like, okay, well, like, I got that, but now what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And then there's like this endless game of you chasing more and more and more.
Yeah.
And oh my god, a dog here. right? And you can be doing that rather than just taking the time, like, hey, what do I actually want? You know, what am I actually trying to accomplish? What's going to make me happy? What's going to make me just like content with life? And doing that. And it means living in a 1-bedroom or.
Which I'm doing now. I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment, renting. And I'm so happy. I'm 20 minutes from the gym. I'm an hour from my grandma. And yeah, I got my shit sorted. I sold my house. I took a hit. I don't give a fuck. Because I just didn't want the stress.
Yeah.
Whatever. And yeah, I'm so happy I did that. And it was, a good 2 months, man. And I had a bunch of, I had other goals too. And one of them was because my grandma was she was my girl growing up. She was like our babysitter, right? So when my parents were working, we'd be with her. And even when I was in high school, I was still having sleepovers with her. My friends would be going to parties and shit. I was like, no, I'm gonna hang out with my grandparents tonight.
That's awesome.
Seriously, yeah. So she's my girl. But when my mom was sick and when she was going through all this shit, like I couldn't handle her negativity. And I was just, she would be so negative.
Just like,
just kind of like, I didn't understand it at the time, but fuck, man, like that's your kid dying, you know? And she's the rock of the family. And at the time I was like, well, fuck, like stop being so fucking negative, you know?
Yeah, like it's hard for everyone.
It's hard for everyone. But shit, I can't imagine how she would feel like watching your kid. It's hard watching your parent die, but watching your kid die and not being able to do anything about it, or she was thinking that she should go, like why her, you know, she should be going first before. I get it. But I didn't get it until she was actually gone. And I kind of like was okay with this, and then it's like, you know what, I got to be there for her. Like I got to let her do her shit and grieve, and too, because I have people in my life, I have friends, I have, you know, a family that I can vent to and grieve with, but she doesn't have anybody. She has us. And for me to be an asshole and think, stop being so goddamn negative, and you know, so.
But it's tricky because you grieve a certain way.
Yeah.
She grieves a certain way.
Yeah.
Her grievance affecting your grieving.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
But so once I wrapped my head around that, I was like, it was kind of like we rekindled our relationship. So every night I was going over, we watched movies, like, you know, I bring her snacks and groceries and shit. And we just hang out, and it was just like kind of like how I was when I was a teenager, and yeah, so it rekindled our relationship. And now instead of dreading having to go see her, I'm like, look forward to it. So because I was dreading when my mom was sick, I was dreading having to put, you know, time in because she'd be so damn negative. But no, I love it. Again. Yeah.
Did you have that conversation with her like off the bat quite a bit?
No,
or is it just more like internal, like?
No, I think because she would say to me, she said when my mom died, she thought she wasn't going to see me anymore, because I would go over with my mom to just like get her whatever she needed or whatever. But she said she didn't think she was going to see me. And I said, Grams, honestly, I was so consumed with my mom that I didn't want to see anybody else. Like, and my friends know that. And my grandma knew that too. For the longest time. Like I didn't have many, you know, I have my close friends and whatever, but everyone knew that.
Yeah.
Just that's what I did. I was just, you know, days
people
off, I would go. Yeah. So yeah, we hatched it out.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Right. Just taking those positives.
Yeah.
Out of the worst case scenarios, right?
Yeah. And they say too, when you lose somebody in the family, like or the rock of the family, even, you kind of go to get closer to the other ones in your family, right? So.
Those are the two decisions, right? Two options, right? Either get closer or you guys go further apart. And what's going to keep you guys stronger? What's going to make you guys happier, right?
Yeah.
Coming together and being that big support system for one another is going to make it easier for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. And that way you can look back at the good times you had and just think with that, right? It's the memories that are going to last forever, and it's never going to be an easy thing. Like I can't imagine. I can empathize and sympathize, but like until that happens to me, like it's gonna be one of those things that, again, the same concept. My mom's like my best friend. Like she's the one person I can really talk to, and it's just, it's just when it happens, or if it happens, it's gonna be the worst thing, but you're gonna make it through.
Yeah,
like anything, it always gets easier, and that's the way you got to look at life. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get easier, and there's gonna be those moments that you look back and they're even more special.
Yeah, and it's, I guess, I don't know if it's fucked up to say it or not, but it's like I feel like she helped me, my mom, because she died at this point in my life, and the way she did, and watching her, that I just feel so like that was there's nothing that's going to be harder. So now anything that I face in my life, it's like, whatever, nothing's going to be harder than watching her go through what she did.
Of course.
And watching her be as gangster as she was. So if I'm doing something or I'm getting pissed off about something, I think about her, like, well, what she did. What would she do? To have that now to get me through life, it's pretty fucking lucky. Pretty fortunate,
It's really cool.
Yeah.
To kind of take that perspective away, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Did anyone cry on your podcast yet? Did anyone?
No one's cried yet.
I'm a first.
We're only 4 in though.
Shit.
Well, my goal is to make people cry though.
Is it?
No, of course not. Right?
Well,
no, that's good though.
Success, motherfucker.
No, but again, it's just like writing, talking about it.
Swear, by the way? Yeah. Are you okay? It's
like, who's monitoring this? If I get so big where people are like, "Hey, Brandon," yeah, they're beeping. I'll be okay with that. Yeah.
Oh, it's gotta edit Garb's fucking podcast.
Another one. No, you're good. If anything, it takes the heat off me because I'm usually the person dropping the F-bombs. I remember I did my presentation at the Good Life Top 500, and the first one was about like this like girl from China that came over and she could barely speak English and she won a powerlifting contest. It's all this inspiration, like, oh, very, very nice.
Yeah.
Next guy came on is very like kind of happy-go-lucky story and being a funny guy. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go out there and like deliver like get your shit together speech.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Like, that's how I like deliver speeches, and when I have like workshops or seminars, it's usually about change your life. I'm authentic about it because you hear some people bitch about their situation, they don't do shit about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like just fix that shit, quit being a bitch, quit being a pussy, whatever, right? And that's just how I express myself. I don't do it for a certain reason, just whatever.
Yeah.
And so I got on stage and like you try not to swear, but you're out there and it's just the organic you.
You gotta be yourself, right?
It comes across, right?
Because if you're not, people see it.
And it's funny, I've practiced that speech like 30 times.
Really?
I didn't have any swearing on the street. And all of a sudden, I'm talking about this one thing about when you go through a really tough time, whether it's like physically or mentally, physically specifically, it's like at that point, it's just like the weakness is coming out of your body. If you're in pain, that's like the bitch leaving your body.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of said. I was like that was the bitch leaving Brandon, right?
Yeah.
Like, you get some laugh, and you get some people are like, oh God. My mom afterwards was always like, we just need to swear so much.
Oh, really?
I'm like, Mom, like I don't try to, but it's like,
yeah,
it just fits.
Yeah.
And it rings because you're right. It's authenticity coming out. If I tried substituting that word, I wasn't thinking. It's just like I'm going, I'm speaking. And
yeah, man.
bitch comes out and fuck comes out.
Yeah,
it's like
people appreciate it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's different if you're dropping over and over and over. Like, yo, man, all I'm hearing is this guy saying the F word over and over.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different that way, right? So you gotta be your authentic self at the end of the day.
Yeah, I love that you do that. Is there? Do you have anything that I can like watch you in person soon?
I'm at the CanFit Pro Toronto Expo.
Okay.
So I applied for like a speaking that so you get to give like 3 ideas.
Yeah.
And I chose creative fulfillment through challenging yourself.
Yeah.
And that's basically what my whole challenge is about. And that's kind of what I talked with the top 500. But now I get 40 minutes to kind of educate an audience and put together a cool little workshop of
awesome.
Yeah, how challenging yourself mentally and physically will lead to a more fulfilling life.
Yeah.
Right. Which again, I think a lot of athletes for sure can understand. It's those moments that seem shitty that you're like going past your limits, that you don't want to keep training, or the difficulties in life that you naturally feel better about afterwards. Maybe in the moment you don't want to go train for the second time that day. You don't want to go to the gym, then jiu-jitsu, and then you got boxing. Like maybe you do, but some days you're just like, yo,
oh my God,
I do not want to go. Again, today's like the weather's so shit.
Yeah.
if you got shit to do, sometimes you just got to make it out and do it, right?
Yeah.
So it's those moments that kind of suck sometimes that
Yeah.
after the fact, you always feel better in.
Exactly.
And I try to look for things now.
I know, me too.
I do. Like it's getting bad.
I know.
To the point where I'm searching for these things that sound really crazy to do.
Yeah.
And the crazier it sounds, I'm like, okay, man, that's it. And if it's not as crazy, I'm like, I don't want to do like this. I think that's gonna be like kind of hard, but like for the most part, I can do it right now. I want to do things that like right now I don't think my body and mind are capable of doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that shit.
Finding those like crazy runs or crazy
I know you do, and I love that about you. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's good. I messaged my boys. I'm thinking of doing this run in the Yukon. I want to do a really cold race. I want to do like there's like the world's toughest ultra, they say, is in the Arctic, but it was super expensive, like 6 G's to sign up for, and then to get there, it's probably the whole process, right? And it's just like a 120-mile self-supported run across the Arctic, which is really cool, but it's hell. Like it's gonna be the worst thing in my life. So it's a little too expensive. So I was like, all right, let's try to like think of something else. So there's a race in Yukon in next February 2020, and it's a 100-mile run, self-supported. But again, it's still going to be like probably minus like 40 at night and stuff. It's probably going to take us 40, 45, 50 hours, maybe something like that in that realm. But it sounds so shit that there's this weird like, okay, cool. It sounds like shit. I want to do it because after the fact that memory is going to last you a lifetime. Yeah. You're going to get something out of it mentally and physically that you're going to like, I have an edge on people now. Like I have an edge over people, whether it's business, personally, like those small things we deal with day to day. You're going to have more ammunition to deal with that.
Totally.
Perspective changes. Yeah. So many people are bitches now. They are.
I know.
Like they are.
I know. It's a world full of pussies.
But
seriously, it's victims, narcissists, pussies.
Yeah.
This whole world.
And at least 90%. But it's like, and that's where I'm like, God damn. Quit bitching about shit. Mm-hmm. Quit being so weak-minded that the first sign of pain or discomfort is like, I'm heading for the door.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? You know you're going to go nowhere in life. You're going to have stories of why you failed.
I don't think they do. I don't think people do.
Here's what they do.
Lie to themselves.
They need somebody like me or a friend like you to be like, bro.
An accountant. Yeah.
Yeah, you need
accountable.
Yeah, but they have but they literally have 5 or 10 friends around them.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, like you worked out hard yesterday.
Feed off each other.
You worked out. Yeah, man, you can't go. You're sore. Yeah, take the day. Yeah, don't do that. That sounds a bit crazy. It's like, you know what you're doing. You're programming this guy to be even a bigger bitch than he is right now.
Yeah.
And it's just but again, it's an environment, and people get very uncomfortable when they're around people that are very ambitious or they have that kind of mindset because they're being challenged, and naturally, off the bat, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. Like you shouldn't be like, well, this is an environment that sounds really attractive right now. Mm-hmm. But eventually it's going to get more comfortable, and you just need to adapt your body and mind to it. Like when you go into something new, like a new sport, you're going to be the worst at it most likely, or you're going to have an uphill battle. Like that's an okay thing. It's okay to be uncomfortable. And I think people need to adopt the mindset. Like discomfort's a good thing. It really is. Because at that point, you're challenging the person you are right now that's not working in this realm. Yeah. And you're improving and you're growing. Yeah. And from there, you achieve things, you accomplish things, and you become better and you improve on who you are. Yeah. You get confidence from that in all aspects of your life. And then you start actually doing more things that align with your natural ability and, I guess, consensus. Yeah. Right?
I'd say, yeah.
Or you're just doing shit that you don't really care about because it's easy. Mm-hmm. Where's that get you?
Exactly. And it doesn't, I don't know, if you're doing it, even every day, if you do something every day to kind of give you that fulfillment, it's going to make every day awesome. You know, like do shit you don't want to do. Yes, you have that fulfillment at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean
it doesn't have to be huge.
No, it doesn't mean like, hey man, like go do something super uncomfortable where you hate your day. Like you wake up tomorrow, you're like, oh my God, my life sucks.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not sustainable.
No.
I wouldn't want to do that every single day. But there's going to be some aspect, like not every day I want to go work out. Most days I do. But not, who am I kidding? Every day. No, but there's going to be some days you just don't want to do it, right? And like I was there when I was swimming. Like I would drive past when I did a month of swimming, getting ready for my half Ironman.
Yeah.
I would drive past Tansley Woods. I was doing it in March at like, most of my swims were at like 6 a.m. So it's dark, it's cold. I kind of suck at swimming at this point. So I'd drive past the building on like days that I'd already swim, and I'd like dread knowing that tomorrow I have to do 2,000 meters.
Yeah.
You know, it got to the point where like I would almost get sick to my stomach, where I'm like, fuck, like just seeing that place. it was weird because I was just like, at that point, it was just uncomfortable for me. Didn't like the water. I wasn't doing really well with it. So it's naturally all these very uncomfortable feelings. But then what happens? You get day by day.
Then you feed off of it, right? And then after you're
and
fucking like,
people need to realize, like,
Yeah.
I need to grab them, like, shake them, like, it's gonna get easier.
Yeah.
But you doing once every 4 days of being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
recipe for disaster. Because you're only gonna, like, that first day is like Groundhog Day.
Mhm.
You're not allowing your body and mind to adapt to the stress and stimuli.
Yeah.
So what happens?
I know.
You're super uncomfortable. You're not growing. Of course, you're not going to want to keep going there. And it's going to feel so shit that you don't have enough willpower to fight that off.
Yeah.
So you got to get to the point where you almost got to dive in to some extent. Doesn't mean like you got to go 6 days in a row and just be like, oh, I got to go jujitsu every single day.
Mhm.
But you have to go enough where you're improving and you're getting comfortable in the environment.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I hear you, man.
Because without that, man, you're
a pussy.
And you're fucked. you're straight screwed. You know? But that's what it's fun to talk to people and figure out what's going wrong with them, because it's very easy to find that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm special that way, but I can figure out where the structure of your life is off. And it's usually one of those elements, right? Like, you're just not doing things that are challenging enough.
Yeah,
you're not doing things that are fulfilling enough.
Yeah, you're not setting goals. And
that doesn't even mean physically.
No, exactly. I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Writing.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. It's not. You don't always want to go home and write. Just a lot of times you said you literally would sit in front of a computer.
Yeah.
Just stare.
Yeah.
Put one sentence down.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, today's one sentence.
Yeah, but I did it, right.
Tomorrow there might be 2,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you give yourself a time of like, I'm only gonna write when I feel good, or like I feel I want to write. It's like, no, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
Pick what you want to do. Be consistent with it.
Yeah.
Little by little, right? Just the muscle will grow, the habit will grow, but it takes time.
Yeah. Agreed.
People are impatient too, right?
Yeah. You're so smart.
I learn from smart people. I listen to smart people, right?
Yeah.
But you see it, and it's like, again, anything I've ever tried doing, I've literally just been really consistent with.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to be really good at sales, it just makes sense to learn some sales techniques and then apply it over and over and over and over and over and over until I'm really good at it. Then I'm going to continue to learn more skills and read more books. Then eventually, I'm going to have 10 books under my belt.
Yep.
Right? I'm going to be pretty programmed at that point. I'm going to have tons of application. What do you think is going to happen? I'm going to be pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Right? Or you're going to be someone who says, I'm going to try this for 3 months. I'm going to read one chapter. I'm going to try it sometimes. I'm going to get 50%, and then they don't know. They wonder why they're not getting a big return.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't happen.
Yeah.
No.
Even with my writing thing, once I finish my 2 months, I'm back to work full time or whatever. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna set new goals now.
What was that day like after that 2 months? Were you like, oh, I don't gotta write today? Or
maybe a little bit, I guess. But it was just like, you're busy, you're getting thrown back in shit, so it's kind of like, okay, well, I have other shit to do. I have to do this, but you can always make time. So I set new goals, saying, okay, well, now I can handle 3 to 4 hours a week, no matter what time, no matter what day, whether I'm at work or at home. Get that done. So now I've been doing that, and I feel like, I don't know. It is helping me kind of arrange my thoughts and whatever, write about random shit. And
you go down with like an idea of what you want to write about that day? In terms of like, today's gonna be goals, today's gonna be poetry, today's gonna be
poetry. Kind of a poet.
Kind of a poet.
Yeah. No, not necessarily. I kind of I have like, I call it my Bubba, but it's like
I have a Bubba.
Yeah.
My grandmother.
Oh, Bubba?
Yeah.
I have a Bubba too.
Oh, so there you go.
Is it Ukrainian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my dad's mom was
Ukrainian. My dad's mom was Ukrainian, and I'm half Austrian.
Baba, like Baba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume so.
Yeah.
I've always spelled it that way.
I think so. Yeah.
It is now. 29 years of Bubba.
But Bubba, Bubba.
Okay.
So I call these my water bottle. It's my Bubba, because that's what my mom called it, right?
Okay.
Like a bottle, right?
True.
So a Bubba, just like shit you put in. So
I never heard that before.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's childish.
Yeah.
But if I think of something that I'm like, oh, well, yeah, like I want to like think about that more, I'll just put it in my phone, and then maybe I'll go to writing about that day. This is weird that I'm talking about this because nobody knows.
This is like, hold on. Why is it a bad thing?
What? Yes.
Writing's good though. I honestly, it's so therapeutic.
You know what? It is, and obviously I've witnessed it firsthand.
Absolutely.
Helped me get through. Well, not that I'm not through it, but it helped me. It's through the grieving process, right? And that's why I wanted to. I don't talk about it because I was kind of embarrassed, but I'm embarrassed. Okay, but
Lyndon's a writer.
I've never. I've never written. That's a lie. I've written 2 papers that I can remember my whole educational career.
Yeah.
Okay. One I think was on Lord of the Flies. I think that was the book that was called. Yeah. With the kids on the island, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and I think I got in trouble for plagiarizing. So there was that.
Naturally.
And then in college, there was this class I didn't go to. It was private investigations.
Class I didn't go to.
Well, the only reason I didn't go to it was because I was on the basketball and soccer team. So
priorities.
If
anyone's listening to this, sports over schooling. Always.
Wait, hear me out. Always. Hear me out. It has a good ending, okay? And that was the time of that we'd have to go off to a game, whatever time the class was. It was later in the day.
Yeah.
Or practice, whatever. Anyway, so we had to write a paper about private investigations or whatever. So I was like, fuck, I didn't learn a goddamn thing. But I do watch Magnum PI. So I wrote my paper on Magnum PI. And I passed the class.
Really?
Kids, don't do this. Go to class, but in
worst
a pinch,
case, they'll watch
write about Magnum PI.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So what do you write about? Like just his style or his?
I'm just like, yeah, I just like, okay, yeah, whatever. I just talk about the show. Tom Selleck, my homie.
Yeah.
And
my dad looks a lot like him. So
my dad. Where is he? Is he home?
He looks like me just with a mustache. 30 years older. So,
okay, well, we'll have to meet.
Big Tom Selleck fan. Oh, yeah. He lives for that.
I like Tom Selleck too.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
Yeah.
Is that the guy from he was in Friends too? That Magnum PI?
He was what's her face?
Monica's
for like a boyfriend for a bit, right?
Right guy.
Yeah, that's him.
I thought there's someone else that looks like Tom Selleck. There's like 2 guys that look very similar. That's
Is there? Oh, okay. I don't. There's Tom Selleck and then there's no one else. So I'm not sure who you'd be talking about.
It's just Tom Selleck. Okay, good. So then you did those. So you had those 2 writing experiences.
And that's all I can remember from school.
But writing in a journal is much different than like essay writing.
I guess so, but I didn't realize that. Like I didn't know. Writing is writing to me, and I've never written anything after that. I have journal. I have workout journals, and I have diet journals. That's it. That's all I've had.
So do you keep track of your diet?
I do. Yeah, okay. I do. Even now when I'm not cutting weight yet or anything.
Like macros and stuff?
No, I just kind of keep track of how my body reacts. The last 3 weight cuts, I've recorded everything, and which I thought that really helped. That for me to look back on, and I do it myself now. So, I got that shit down, and I feel like I can, keep tweaking things, and watch my diet 6 weeks up to the weight cut or up to the weigh-in. Up to my fight, make sure I'm feeling good, and I can look back and make sure I was eating the same stuff.
Guesswork, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still like playing with stuff, but that's why I write it down. And even now that like I said, I'm not really worried about it yet. I still write it down every day, and
that's good.
Yeah,
but that takes discipline.
Yeah,
because it's easy not to do because you know it so well.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's easy for you to be like, I know what I eat. I tons of entries about it, but it's good to just be like, all right. Well, and again, but how many times are you going to look back at that? Probably quite a bit. Yeah. There's going to be times, right? And like
not at this point, but like I said, in the next, right? Yeah.
And like that's the stuff which is kind of that's how you got to have that forward thinking, because like I do all these workouts and I'll make programs for people, and I don't always write down because sometimes I'm just like kind of on the fly. Yeah. I know the focus of the workouts and I just put them together.
Yeah.
But then I train someone who's very similar to that, and I'm doing it all over again. I'm like, Brandon, man, just do it one time while you're doing it. Like it's really easy. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I know, but it's so easy to do, which is like the irony, right? So like, just write it down today, and then if you train a group of kids again down the road, same age group, work for this group of kids, just use the same thing.
Yeah.
Eliminate the guesswork. It's
You're
so
learning,
much.
though.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, right? But yeah, it's things like that. These like simple things of procrastinating where like you just know it's going to be so beneficial, but for some reason it's.
When I was your age, I wasn't doing it either. So
I got time.
You're way ahead of me.
I got time. Then there you go. I still got to get into a good habit of it. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really. I bought like a little journal just for workouts. But that's the problem too. I had like 4 different journals.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. I have this little book bag, and I have like. Yeah, my workout, and then I have my book for work. And
but that's good. At least yours labeled.
Yeah.
Mine was like just like scattered. Where like some days I'll write workouts in here.
Papers here,
but I'm like I can't keep track of it. And you lose one day, and you're like, well, I lost the one day. It's over now.
It's over.
Yeah, it's no going back, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, all right, let's just make a workout journal. Put it in there.
Yeah.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Call it there.
Yeah.
Right. Good. And so with your working out, what kind of strength training do you do in terms of? I'm kind of interested in that with fighting. Do you have a coach for?
I do all my strength and conditioning stuff.
Because you're shredded.
Thank you.
The picture I got for you for this Instagram post, you got six pack.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, there's I have a pretty.
Some girls might want to listen to you. How do I get?
Yeah, I know. I have
super toned.
I have a pretty good program.
Okay.
What it is I wake up on the day, and I decide what I can move that day. What works, and I go off from there. Yeah, so I kind of like triage. Okay, what can I do today? All right, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and I throw shit together, and I
don't think this is helping people.
No, I'm okay. Well, you know what? I have a long-term goal of writing a book. Yeah,
very cool.
Yeah.
Is this just something you just thought of right now, or is this an actual real goal?
This was in my 2-month retirement when I was, bringing all this shit together. But I've been recording workouts for probably 2 to 3 years.
The world's fittest book. This guy went around just he shredded it. As a beast. He swam across Great Britain.
Sweet.
You should be more impressed by that. I said he swam across Great Britain.
Anyway.
Just 157 days at sea.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible.
That's cool. So you got the book. So you want to do a workout and diet, or mostly just workout?
I think it would be like a mix of workouts. Yeah, a weight cut, diet.
Okay, so it would be sport specific.
You know what? Maybe a little bit of everything.
Maybe I'm giving you questions that you
haven't
quite thought about.
No, it's okay. I've thought to myself, what do you want to write about? Okay, well, I want to write about. I think I do have a good grasp on it. Maybe not a good grasp. It might be fucking stupid. Like scientifically, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? I don't know why this works. It just does. And I don't, I don't know why I'm.
That should be the title of your book.
Yeah.
That's actually not that bad. It's kind of funny. I don't know why this works, but it does.
So the past 3 years, I've been kind of, like I said, making workouts for my sport specific, functional, working around injuries.
Yeah. And
I give them to the guys at work that I work with. I work on a team with like 10 dudes, and we all do them. And I have I have different categories like bag drag, fucking pants pisser.
What the hell is that one?
It's like that would be like an exertion strength day, because whenever I do I pee my pants a lot. So during double unders, deadlifts, squats, Olympic lifts, I full out pee my pants. That's I came out with a lot here on your podcast.
Something about this podcast, it just gets people opening up, man. This is the place.
People are learning a lot about Garbs today.
A lot.
Yeah.
This is quality stuff.
Yeah.
This is gold.
Yeah. So I have all these categories.
Yeah.
For these workouts, and depending on how you're feeling on that day, what body part works.
Are you tempo oriented?
What's that mean? Oh, tempo?
Yeah. Intensity oriented, or
I am. How can I make this shittier? That's how. Okay. But depending on how I'm feeling. So if there's a day that I'm like, oh my god, I should really take a day off. I'm not going to take a day off. That would be a bag of toys day. So that would be a day, maybe like a maintenance. You do a lot of stretching, mobility.
Bag of toys.
Maybe
you go into the bag and just pick up some toys and do.
Yeah. No, it's more like you feel like a bag of toys. So you're gonna.
Like...
Yeah. No. So my book, it's gonna be like all these different. Okay, how do you feel today? Oh, you want a bag drag? You're ready for a bag drag? Okay, what body parts can you work? Well, oh, okay, pick that. And so that's my little plan. Like, kind of choose your own adventure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Just do something challenging.
Just
right?
Make it shitty.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That naturally leads to growth, right? So that's good. I like that. When are you looking to do that? When are you looking to write?
Oh, come here, babe. Hi.
She's the Fear Being Average mascot.
Yeah. I don't have a timeline on that one yet.
You're just kind of
I don't have a
timeline on
that one.
And then
I'm sure once I retire and am looking for other stuff to do. Because I love training. I love lifting and
if you're a competitor, you're not ever gonna go away from the physical. I don't want to say never.
I think there's a lot of fighters that don't like doing other shit in the gym, for sure.
Don't like doing other shit?
Yeah, I think so. Don't you? I think there's fighters that don't like lifting weights.
Absolutely. But that might mean strength. Like yoga, that might mean triathlons. Like, you just don't know. Like, you're gonna find an outlet.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna go probably not work out for the next.
No. I'll find something. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, when you're a competitor, you want something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Like, you need something like some sort of goal in terms of like, not just, well, I'm gonna try to get abs for the next 6 months, whatever. But like, you want to compete.
Yeah.
Whether it's challenging against yourself or challenging against other people.
And that's even at when I work out with the guys at work, and I get a hard on, helping them achieve their goals or whatever, killing them, if they're,
Absolutely.
Actually, I feel good. It's like, they're like, I fucking hate you. You're a big fat bitch.
Well, it means it's working.
Exactly.
You want people to come back like, man, that was a dope workout.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I hated it, but I hate you. But I love you now again. I love you. Yeah.
Love-hate relationship.
Yeah. So I like that shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on. Anything else in the near future we should know about other than the boxing match?
Well, after that, I shouldn't say I kind of have it in my head. It's like, okay, one and done and back to MMA. That's kind of my thinking.
Where you're at right now?
Because MMA is my love right now, but so cute. But I'm so stoked to go, like I said, to go back to boxing with my team now. With working with Lyndon for my striking for the past couple of years, so I'm excited to see it transition into boxing. I think I'm a better boxer because of MMA. Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Just the different training I've had with Lyndon and definitely my fight IQ too. If anything, I think, because I'm always I'm gonna show up to practice. I'm gonna fucking try my, I'm gonna try and be the hardest worker in the room. But fight IQ is not something that you can. That's something for me anyway, that I really have to focus on and think about and train. Because I'm bullheaded idiot that with no fight game, and I just want to smash somebody.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think that I've evolved, and I'm
taking a little something.
Yeah. Learning from the guys, and better
more
fighter because of it.
Garbs.
More mature.
Some would say.
Yes. More mature.
You don't want to be too mature. Keep some maturity in there. Right? That's what made you, right? Well, this is dope.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have you back after you kick some ass in your boxing match.
Thank you. I love everything you're doing. You're killing it. And I want to be like you.
I want to be like you. So there you go. So it's a winning combination. All right, Garbs, where can people find you?
Lindsay Garbatt, Instagram, Facebook.
2 R's?
For Garbatt?
Yeah.
No, 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Garbatt.
Easy.
Garbs.
Garbs.
Yeah.
All right. We're good. We're out.